The new How to Train Your Dragon just came out, and that means two things. First, I'm praying to the lucky charms that it turns out better than some recent live-action adaptations.
I was thinking the same thing.
Please be good. And second, this is the perfect time to explore the origins of dragons. Dragons emerged independently in two different places, China and the Proto-Indo-European region, around here. In regard to which came first, it doesn't matter, since both mythologies evolve separately. Although both are big flying snakes, their similarities are limited to just that. Eastern dragons fly without wings and are depicted as wise, human-friendly creatures with distinctive Salvador Dali mustaches. Western dragons, on the other hand, are evil, fire-spitting demons made for destruction and chaos, and don't have mustaches. While Chinese dragons have stayed pretty much the same for over 8,000 years, Western dragons have gone through quite a transformation. The earliest myth dates back 4,000 to 6,000 years and began with a dragon named Nagui, with a dragon named Nigiri.
Ingui.
You can always learn with someone saying it right on YouTube.
Ingui.
Linguini. Damn! This was the first tale of a hero defeating a multi-headed dragon, and this set a foundation for a trend that would appear in myths across different cultures around the globe, called Chaos Camp. I bet you already heard some of these stories, like in biblical tales with Michael confronting Satan shown as a 7-head dragon, or in Hercules vs. Hydra, or in Thor vs... I'll pass on that one.
Jormungandr.
But myths don't just appear out of nowhere. There need to be some ingredients to make the recipe work, like fear. In this case, the primal fear of snakes and birds of prey, which have haunted humans since prehistoric times. And evidence. Although it wasn't real evidence, people often mistook ancient mammal and dinosaur bones for the fossils of dragons. Imagine living 200 BC and being told that dragons were real. You might be skeptical at first, but then you find an old orca skull half buried in the ground. Huh? It's a damn dragon! Many ancient myths probably started this way, like the Cyclops being inspired by the pygmy elephant skulls, or unicorns being inspired by narrow tusks. So don't you think that it's too far-fetched for an ancient human to find an old orca skull or even a T-Rex skull and create a whole mythological being out of it? Look at the size of this thing, it's as big as a 3/4 cello! Or 11 espresso Vertu machines. Alright, our dragons are taking shape. Now we need to simmer them on low heat and let time slowly forge them into the modern dragon. As we've seen, the early Western dragons were typically multi-headed and were associated with water rather than fire. Fire breathing wouldn't become popular until the Greeks created the Chimera, the first Western dragon-like creature to spit flames. Throughout classical antiquity, dragons still looked funny though. They were transitioning from multiple heads to just one, but still appeared awkward with 2 legs and tiny impractical wings. Their weird appearance stuck around for quite a long time. Here's a depiction of a dragon from the 15th century. It now has 4 legs, but it's weird and green. And here's a depiction of a dragon from 1806, looking better, but still weird. For most of human history, artists struggle to accurately draw animals, especially those they never encountered in person, like European artists trying to draw elephants purely from descriptions. If this kind of inaccuracy happened with real animals, imagine just how wild interpretations became when different cultures tried to create dragons. That's how we got to creatures like Dambala from Haiti, half snake, half naked breasts. Aitvaras from Lithuania, a roasting chicken. Tatzelworm. Pretzel bomb. Damn! Half cat, half snake. Ouroboros from Egypt, a loading screen. Tarasque from France, half turtle, half reliant robin. While these creatures show the rich diversity of dragon myths throughout history, they never gained the same cultural impact as the classic Germanic version. And it wasn't until the Victorian era, with the rise of the modern fantasy genre, that Western dragons started being commonly shown as intelligent beings. That's how we got to the most iconic dragons from today's pop culture, like Smaug from Hobbit, Drogon from Game of Thrones, and Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. Now we know the origins of dragons, and how they evolved from ancient myths to this modern 3D character, influenced by centuries of folklore, primal fears, possibly a pretzel bomb, and multiple skulls of orcas and T-Rexes. I'll go watch the movie and leave a rating in the comments.